In this Parliament, Europe's Liberals and Democrats are working to make a real difference to people's lives. We face major challenges together: climate change, energy supplies, population growth and migration, the challenge of internationally organized crime and terrorism. And one country working on its own can no longer offer its people the security they need. It's only by working together through the European Union that we can do that. We've all watched apocalyptic images on our television screens. You may even have seen Al Gore's film about global warming. But we're also seeing at first hand the extent of changes to our weather patterns: mild winters, hot summers, flash floods, fierce storms, and so on. International scientists and politicians now agree almost unanimously that climate change is happening and that man is the main cause of it. We all need to stop and consider how to change our behavior if future generations are to inherit a planet which can sustain human life. That's why Liberals and Democrats are campaigning to make cars less polluting and buildings more energy efficient, even the buildings of the European Parliament itself. We've got to change our own behavior if we want to make sure we can pass on a sustainable planet to our children and our grandchildren. How we respond to climate change will determine our response to many other challenges, including energy, heavy industry, transport, agriculture policies. Europe currently has 27 different national energy policies. Some of our countries are net producers of energy, others net consumers. Some are self-dependent, others reliant on foreign imports. Europe needs a common policy in this vital and strategic sector, not just in showing solidarity with each other if energy supplies run short, but in collectively cutting our energy use, researching and developing together renewable energy sources, and seeking agreement with those who we rely on for oil and gas. Liberals and Democrats believe also that we need a common European energy network and proper competition between energy suppliers. If we're to get prices down and to get the most efficient use of energy, then we've got to have a single energy policy for the European Union. Many people feel at risk of crime every day, from guns on our streets, drugs in our schools, even terrorist attack. At the same time, though, we see our civil liberties being eroded as personal data is shared with authorities and people's movements are monitored. That's why Liberal Democrats in the European Parliament have challenged agreements with the United States to give data on airline passengers, such as their credit card numbers or their menu choices, and information about bank transfers to American government departments. Liberals and Democrats support the fight against terrorists, but it must be conducted within the rule of law and without undermining our freedom to go innocently about our daily lives. In other words, without Big Brother looking over our shoulders. Poverty in Africa is a stain on the world's conscience. Millions of people live in desperate conditions, surviving on barely a subsistence economy. Those conditions are intolerable from a humanitarian perspective and unacceptable from a political one. They put us to shame. No wonder hordes of Africans are leaving the shores of their continent to seek a future in Europe. It's no good trying to shut off their means of escape through gunboats in the Mediterranean. The only long-term answer is to give them hope of a better life at home. And that's why trade and migration policies must go hand in hand. Unless we import their products and give them a chance to prosper, they will vote with their feet, just as many Europeans did centuries ago when America and Australia offered an escape from poverty at home. Of course, there are many more issues that will occupy us in the coming months. Some of them are institutional in nature, about how we make the European Union work better to take the right policy decisions. Others are more down to earth, such as how we can stop mobile phone operators charging people so much money for roaming charges, particularly in cross-border calls. But whatever the issue is, be assured that Liberals and Democrats are working together to make Europe work to improve the lives of every one of Europe's citizens.